It's all right.
Can you make my hair look like this? Oh, man, what you want to make your hair look like that for?
See, that's the problem with y'all today. Y'all don't know nothing.
Will you let the man tee you off? You yap worse than 6 barbers.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Your Barber podcast. I'm your host, Matt Ballad, a.k.a. Matty Blades. This is going to be episode 8, I believe. We're coming to you early on a Monday morning. Most barbers and hair people are off on this day, so I thought I'd bring in a couple special guests today. My old place of work in PA. Let's go ahead and bring in Lukay, Weatherby, and Kelli Walker from the Shades of Shapes crew. I'll bring in a little Madonna, huh? Madonna's people are going to rip us apart here if we play too much of this shit. All right.
I love it.
What's going on, guys?
Good morning.
It wouldn't be right if Chico wasn't barking, right? Good seeing you guys. It's
Nice
good seeing
seeing
you
you
guys. I'm excited to have you on. I appreciate you guys making the time on your day off, early on your day off. So
Anything
But yeah.
for you, Matt.
yeah, being parents, we kind of run a little early anyway, right?
Yes.
Get the coffee rolling.
Responsibilities.
Absolutely, absolutely. To our opening segment here. It's called Just an Observation. Quick icebreaker on certain
in a hair salon.
types of clients in a hair salon. All right, number one, what we got here, guys? We got the starer, right?
Yes.
Looking
that won't
right into your
stop
soul.
looking.
It's like, keep your hands out of the bowl, right? Okay, that was one I remember a lot. Where my chair was in the salon, Lukay's favorite shampoo bowl would kind of face me a lot. And the clients, I don't know, sometimes we'd be like chatting back and forth, and some of Lukay's clients would look up and get themselves all wet and then complain about it.
Always. Or they would look at you the whole time and their backs would get drenched and blame me for staring at you. So
Face is wet.
The old lady's got a thing for me.
Yes, they are. That's exactly
The
it.
impatient one, that one sat up real quick. Let me do it.
All too familiar.
Few little scenarios there. In the
We know-
shampoo bowl, especially.
Yeah, we know them all too well. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys. So
Okay.
let's hop into your background real quick. Like, what first off, we got Lukay Weatherby, the owner of Shades and Shapes in Meadville, Pennsylvania.
Small business sells in 7 seconds.
So there was a quick little thing there.
A little blip.
A little blip from back in the day there.
Little bird's eye view.
But real quick, Shades of Shapes. Where did that come from? Like the name?
The
Did you come
name.
up with the name?
Well, I did not. I bought it from a previous owner, and
Okay.
she just thought it was a good description of the whole scenario of a salon. Because, we do a lot of colors. Obviously, we do a lot of haircuts. So it's play on words. And then when I
Okay.
bought it, I added the hair by because I needed to incorporate it in my own name. But the salon has been in business for over 45 years.
45 years.
Yes.
Very long run.
A long run. And I've owned it for 27.
27.
Yes.
So where's your curiosity stem from?
From
Like-
being a business owner?
No, just like the very beginning, like doing hair. I know you kind of had some family in it.
Yeah, well, I come from a long line of hairdressers and barbers. Two uncles were barbers. Three aunts were hairdressers and owned a hair salon, which I would go to every Saturday. That
You're good. You're good.
my life.
You're back.
Anyways, every Saturday at 5 years old and pretend I would be her assistant. And
There you go.
she was my mentor. And I saw how beautiful of a career this is, as far as, it's just such a human connection to people, and we help them, and we can, be such a big part in their life. And I really was, attracted to that. And I love beauty, I love fashion, and that was just all part of it.
Nice. Yeah, I remember some of the younger clients that would come in. You would kind of just like start giving them jobs and like, have them do stuff that, you did in the salon when you were that age. So you never know. Maybe you may have sparked their curiosity early on.
Them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a beautiful career because you can make as much or make as little, and it's all up to the individual. And
Nice.
it's just, and the one thing that I've always loved about what I do is that we are involved in so many important aspects of a person's life, whether it's a birth, a wedding, a death, or graduation, but we're always involved heavily into their life. And that means a lot to me.
Yeah, I just actually saw a video. It was pretty sad. Someone was going through cancer treatment, and the hairdresser was shaving her head. And I remember you having to do some of those things. And in the video, like, he was feeling for the client and everything, and he ended up shaving his head like in the middle of the haircut. So
oh wow,
touching moment for sure. But you're there, you hear, you're privy to a lot of information. A lot of people aren't behind the chair. They open up to you, and it's a job like no other doing this.
No, it's like our chosen family.
Absolutely,
that we get paid for. I mean,
right,
it's such a blessing.
Right, yeah. I just remember back in school, we just have that like, holy shit, I'm going to get paid for this. Like, actually get paid for this one day. So it's pretty wild. So Kelly, where's your curiosity stem from? How'd you kind of get into hair and everything?
Well, both of my grandmas had done hair forever, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do after school. I like to play around with other people's hair, and so my one grandma was like, "Why don't you go to cosmetology school?" And I was like, "Okay." And I love it.
That's good. You had the support.
Something new all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Making people feel good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So everyone was pretty supportive in that decision. They kind of pushed you towards it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's that's useful because me on the other hand, I did not. That's what kind of arrested my development in being a barber. Just didn't really know the path and didn't have a ton of support. They were just, my mom was kind of like, yeah, do what you want. It's all right. But, I just really didn't have that guidance or that like beginning of getting into it. So that's cool that you guys kind of were surrounded by that a little bit. And, it was pretty easy transition getting started. So Kelly, you went to school. I wanted to have Marge on. So when I started in the salon, I worked with Kelly and Marge, and of course, Lukay was my boss. Yeah, I wanted to have on Marge just because, it would have been.
Because she's Marge.
Yeah.
It's Marge. Like there's no one other like Marge. I mean, she's just, she's iconic. Marge is iconic.
Right. Yeah. So, the whole technology curve, a little too much for Marge. So fair enough. I get it.
Maybe we could just videotape her and just, kind of computer generate her into this podcast somehow.
She's going to regret she's not going to be on here. She's going to be like, no, I'm not. I'm glad.
I love that you're doing this, Matt. You're always reinventing the wheel.
Yeah,
always
I like
trying to better yourself and You're such an inspiration, honestly. And I've always thought that of you, that,
Yeah.
you just don't do what's expected of you. You're always trying to step up and just think outside the box. I think that's great. That's why you're so
Yeah.
successful and
It's
going
just
to continue to be.
it's just that love and curiosity, just trying to
Mhm.
figure out of better ways to do things and just having fun all along the way. It's
Exactly.
it's not easy. You got life and you got work, and let's kind of talk about that, transition into that. So let's talk about balancing life and work. We're all parents, we're all people. That was going to be the name of this podcast when I started off. It was going to be, I don't know if I had an experience with a client or something, but I was just like, we're people. We're not robots,
Yeah.
right? Like,
We're human.
I was going to
Especially,
name it Your Barber is a Person podcast, but I was
I
like,
love it. I
that's a
love
bit
it.
long-winded. Let's just go Your Barber podcast. Less is more there.
But it's true. I mean, people expect you know, us to go above and beyond more than the average person. And it's true. My aunt had this sign, I'm a beautician, not a magician. And that's so true. I mean, we can only do so much and we have our own lives to lead as well. And so you need to have a happy balance,
So speak
which
on
is
like maybe
hard.
when you guys started in the industry, just it's kind of like, you're trying to set the tone, make a name for yourself. You're not making a lot of time for other stuff. You're just trying to keep your head down, work, and just, build a good foundation. So just talk about like maybe that transition through life, how, it's just kind of go, go, go. And then the years kind of go by and you're like, you know what? Like I got to make sure that, I'm doing the right thing by my family and just, maybe take a little time off here and there more, just things like that. Just have you found that, that transition was easy? I feel like it's not hard. It's not easy for us to take time off, right?
Not
It's
at
always
all.
there's always that fear of like, all right, am I going to lose
Losing.
clients?
Yes.
Are they going to come back? Are they going to understand that I am a person, not just like,
A
you're made to
machine.
cut your hair? Yeah, machine. So yeah, talk about that a little bit. Like Kelli, what was so Kelli's been with Lukay for how long now? Because like
Almost 18 years.
I was gonna say,
Oh
we're
my
creeping up on that
hallelujah.
20-year mark, right?
Yeah.
That's a very long run. That's a great partnership that long, and that's special and hard to come by.
Sure, especially working with me. He deserves a medal, like a Pulitzer Prize.
Nah, you're great. You're great. You really, I mean, all you guys. I mean, just when I came in, you guys did a good job of making me feel like family and just making the transition easy. And you just Lukay, you really went to bat for me. I appreciate it, and you got the word out there pretty quick. I was talking about like just that local business owner connection, just
Mm-hmm.
like letting all of them know, and then it kind of keeps branching out from that foundation. So I
Spread like
appreciate that.
fire.
Yeah, it happened pretty quick, and I was
So quick.
pleased to see that. So like, yeah, just talk about like maybe, Davin growing up a little bit. You're like, let's take some time. Let's go somewhere over the weekend. Like how difficult was that? Kind of just like coming to grips with shit. I have a life. Like I need to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that this life is prioritized over the work.
Well, it's really hard at first because, it takes confidence, first of all, to understand that, family is first and you have to prioritize. And that's really hard.
Right.
When I first bought the salon, I wasn't married. I didn't have my son. And all I could was focus on business. I worked 12 hours a day. I paid the salon
Exactly.
off in 3 years. I was very proud of that. And I was like a locomotive. I just kept work, 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 and didn't think of anything else. On the weekends, dinner with family. as life went on, we got married, had a child, and I had to take 6 weeks off. The first time I've ever taken any sort of time off. I lost a lot of clients because I took the 6 weeks off.
Of course.
So that was scary, but I had to kind of rebuild a bit and got back into the work mode. And, as life goes on, you have to realize that, work is important because work supports us. But
Right.
also, at the end of the day, I always said this, you're not going to be on your deathbed saying, I wish I would have worked more. You're
Right.
going to say, I wish I would have went on vacation. I wish I would have been with my family. Or, you have to really come to that realization and also be responsible. So it's a balancing act that, is important.
Absolutely. And from an owner's side, it's kind of, that's a real balance there too. Just like,
Mhm.
making sure yourself is taken care of, making sure your employees are taken care of, and just, how far to go with it, how little to go with it. So yeah, it's a balancing act. Kelly, have you kind of discovered some things along the way as well with that?
Yeah, it's not easy, and
Yeah.
we try to make everyone happy, fit them in, get them in there, and still have time to do everything else.
Right. That's kind of what we do. It's like we work a little harder before we take the break,
Of
so that
course.
we make sure, cover all bases. One thing I've learned a little bit, just like any time, whether it's like 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, you come back with a little bit more of an appreciation. You know what I mean? You come back
Oh,
like
yeah.
re-energized, and you're just like, yeah, like I don't want to take this for granted. This is
Yeah.
a great position to be in. And
Mhm.
anytime I'm on vacation or out of town or whatever, not working, it's like 3 days go by and I start getting antsy. I'm like,
Yes.
I gotta
You want to go
fucking do
back.
something. What am I doing right now? Like,
Hmm.
I'm not
I'm the
earning.
same way.
It's
I know.
it's not like
I
we're
mean,
salaried employees, right? Or salaried, like, salary situation. We have to earn every bit of money, we make. So yeah, it's 3 days start going by of not earning, and you're just like, all right, what are we doing now? What are we doing?
who needs a haircut?
Right? Yeah.
Who on the beach can I give a bang trim to?
Oh man. Like when I moved to Atlanta, like I couldn't work for a month because my like license was in this like limbo situation, and it was killing my soul. I was just like,
Mhm.
oh my God, like we just bought a house, we're buying all this shit to put in the house, and I can't work. What the hell's going on right now? Like, yeah, I was just about to cut the neighbor's hair for free. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, what do I do right now?
Well, plus it's our outlets. I mean, not only it's our livelihood, but it's our artistic outlets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you said, you need to feed your soul, and that's another point that not only is it a job, but it's our artistic expression. That I don't know about you guys, but I have to do it. I mean, even I don't even call it work. I go into work, but it's not work for me. It's like my way of it's therapy.
That's beautifully said. That's another, vision and thought on doing this podcast, just to kind of expose the common folk on that, just like,
Mhm.
and just kind of spread everyone's story of, finding a passion. And, a lot of people in this industry, this is their passion, and,
Mhm.
it's less work and more therapeutic for us, and more,
It
yeah,
really is.
feeding that expression for sure.
Yes. And even when Matt and Kelly, like, we have personal problems or whatever, and it's kind of nice to have that connection with our client because we can talk to them about it.
Yeah.
I
What?
don't know about you guys, but my clients have helped me out and
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
talked me through so many trials and tribulations of my life.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we are here for them, but in a sense, it's the other way around a lot of times.
Oh yeah. I use my clients a lot more than I feel like they use me. In
Yes,
a lot of
I
ways.
know. It's That's why I'm so grateful and feel so blessed to have this profession because it's just like no other. It really is.
We can learn a lot from our clients. We can learn the world.
So much.
It's
So
just
much.
like, yeah, everything we know somewhat is just like, yeah, I heard this from a client. Yeah, like it's like,
Exactly.
nope, don't do that. I had a client the other day. He said this. Like,
I know. Don't make the same
and,
mistake.
you know, someone in your life might be like, well, what the hell do they know? And I'm like, you're right.
It's like, it's my client. If we
Get to
could
hear
like
every opinion.
we could do like a new hashtag, like something like hashtag my client said.
Yeah. That could be a new segment for sure.
Yeah.
I got a couple client questions for you guys, but we'll get there in a second.
Okay.
But there's a lot to learn from our clients for sure.
Mhm.
Like what advice would you guys give to someone starting out in the cosmetology field there?
You go first, Kelly.
I was gonna say, Kelly, you do this one because you might have a different perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not easy, and you have to just go out and ask people, tell people, let them know what you do, and just put yourself out there and try to get them to come in and just try to keep them. Do whatever you can to please them and keep them coming back.
Yeah, that's the clientele building aspect. That's
Mhm.
one of the harder things to just, once that.
Definitely not easy.
Oh no, yeah,
And it
easier
takes
said than
time.
done. You kind of have to stay the course, right? You
Yep.
just
Yes.
can't give up too
Self-promote.
early. Yeah, a lot of people they get in this industry and they're like a month in, and then they're like, "Yeah, I don't know," and it's just like, "But you're a month in, like,
I
give it a
know.
shot." Like, come on.
I know that too well as of recent, unfortunately. But yeah, there's someone that worked at the salon and expected to have, standing room only, but wasn't willing to put the work out to get those people in her chair. You got to get the
Yeah,
butts in the chair, but you got to work for the butts in the chair.
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
being an owner in this industry, like, I mean, you see a lot of people come and go, right?
Yes,
You see every type of worker there is, kind of.
absolutely.
So what's some advice you would give just like someone that's like 2 months in, they're really not building clientele and but how do you let them know there's kind of like light at the end of the tunnel? Like,
Well, my advice to a new employee, as always, is that anything worth having is never easy. But once you achieve that, you're golden. And, with any job, you have to work your way up the ladder. That's with any job. It doesn't just fall in your lap because I'm Lukay or you're Matt or you're Kelly. You have to really work and you have to earn your name and prove yourself to people. So it takes a lot of self motivation, a lot of determination, and you just have to just every day think positive and do a lot of self reflection. But my advice to a new stylist is that look around. It's kind of like being in a casino. A casino is not doing well because they're a casino. They're doing well because they know and they're, working on their riches. You look around the salon, we're all successful because of our hard work and dedication. So you just have to put that in. And I mean, look at you, Matt. You came to a town that you knew no one, not
yeah,
one person, and you left within 3 years of a beautiful clientele. The people were waiting to get to you because you put the work in, and that's what it takes.
yeah, I tried. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep trying.
Yes.
And it goes a long way and people see that you're trying. And then before you know it, you have good problems to deal with and not bad ones. So,
Exactly. They're problems that every hairdresser wants is that just don't have room in your book. But
yeah.
you have to be grateful for that.
Yeah, you always gotta be grateful and building that confidence. That's a big thing. Some advice I would give is just believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in
Exactly.
yourself, no one else is gonna believe in you. So
Very true.
that was one thing working I mean, I was still pretty new to the whole barbering world when I started in the salon.
Mm-hmm.
I was just around a year in or less, and yeah, I still had some confidence building to do. And every time you restart in a new state or just even a new shop or salon, like it's a blow to your confidence.
Sure,
Some
it's
barbers might
unnerving.
act like it's not, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's somewhere in you that you get knocked back a notch, and you kind of got to humble yourself and
Mm-hmm.
just restart and rebuild and just believe that you're gonna pull it off again. So, but if it's the first time, you just have to stay the course. That's
Yes.
my advice. Just stay the course and believe that everything's going to be good, and just invest in yourself and keep it pushing, keep believing.
Yes. And also, not to rewind, but you started out in a hair salon, not even a barber shop.
Yeah,
So if a barber can make it in a hair salon,
right.
the advice that you could give, I mean, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, it was helpful because like I almost felt like we helped build each other's clientele in a way,
Correct. Yes.
because I was sort of something different coming into a salon, and
Mm-hmm.
just something new to offer. And then it's like whatever clients I brought in that were just not known to the salon, like it's like, yeah, maybe my wife could get her hair done in here.
Yes.
Maybe I could get a treatment of some sort. So
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of worked. And yeah, coming in, I didn't know like at the I worked in a barbershop my very first job, but like my wife started at the college there. Her mentor and immediate boss was like, well, what you give Lukay a call? She's my hairdresser. And I was like, working in a salon as a barber. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like this
I
is kind
know.
of what I had in mind. But
I felt the same way. I'm like, I don't know if a barber would do well. I mean, it's kind of,
right.
you know,
It's tough. And I mean, there's a little price differential in some of the
yes.
services that we,
Hmm.
do. And so yeah, it was an interesting adjustment in the beginning, but like it was easily the best decision I made.
Yes.
There's another barbershop in the same plaza, and I didn't really
Mhm.
even know that was there or even the availability of there being a chair, because that was kind
Mhm.
of the thing. Like I remember once I told my bosses at the barbershop that I was leaving, there's that shock in the beginning, and then they started being helpful, and they were like, where are you going to work? Let's look for places for you to work. And like, how much do they charge? Are you going to make any money? And
Yeah.
so we were just kind of like, it's just like every barbershop in the town was more of just like the one chair situation or just,
Yeah.
minimal options. So yeah, I definitely made the best decision to work at Shades
Mhm.
and Shapes. And yeah, it helped mold my confidence and just set me to another level. So it's good
And us
times.
too. It was good. It was beneficial for all of us. But like Kelly and I always feel that we gained a new family member.
Absolutely. Yeah. You guys took
Mhm.
me in just like that, just without hesitation. So,
Like our little brother.
right. And not to say you wouldn't do that for anyone else either. I mean, yeah, you guys are super welcoming. So I always appreciate that. Let's talk about just transitioning here, adjusting to the times. So you said the salon's been here for how long? 45 years?
Yes. Yeah. 45 years.
And you've
Yes.
worked in it how long?
I've worked in that salon for 36.
36. So
Yes.
you've got to see the times move as time goes on. Like, what adjustments did you make along the way? You kind of figure out what works, what doesn't, just from a business owner aspect.
Um, well, I definitely, I mean, of course, it's like anything, everything changes, especially in our field. I mean, it changes pretty dramatically as far as hair. When I started working in a salon, we did a procedure called the highlights with a cap. Now that's obsolete. And, that's changed, our color techniques. But I mean, the salon has gone from having a fire to
Yeah.
having a new POS system. And I mean, the salon has been under a lot of changes, but for the good, because you have to adapt, with the times.
Right. Yeah. The fire. I mean, geez, that was a story of perseverance right there. So talk
Oh
about
my,
that story a little bit. So that was like right before the year before I came in, or
a
maybe
year
even
before.
less.
Yes, that was eye-opening, to say the least. It was really scary, and it was a learning experience where it has something to be said about living in a smaller community, because we really everyone pulled together. And right that day of the fire, of course, I have all of these responsibilities of not only my employees but my clients. And I knew the salon would be out of commission for a while, so I called another local salon and asked if we could come in and basically move in to her shop and do our clients. And she was more than receiving us.
Oh,
But
that's great.
like you said, you understand what you have, and you're so grateful. When we went back into our salon, it was like we wanted to kiss the floor,
Yeah.
because there wasn't a lot of space with the previous salon, because I moved my business into her business. So,
Of course. Yeah.
but it worked. It worked, and our clients were understanding and so grateful that we had a space to go to. And
Absolutely.
when we came back, we had this beautifully remodeled salon, and you know, it just was business as usual.
How'd the fire happen for the audience?
Well, you can tell them, Kelly, because you were there firsthand. Kelly was there before me.
You kind of make it sound like you're blaming her. Well, you tell
Yeah.
her.
Why don't you go ahead, Kelly? She's not really doing it.
Well,
It's good coming from Kelly.
it just, was more smoke than fire, but, it was up in a dryer vent up in the ceiling that we didn't know went that way.
So
We
you guys
always
had a
cleaned it to
dryer.
the ceiling, and yeah,
Honey,
it just smoked us out.
So you guys had a dryer in the back,
Washer and dryer.
washer and dryer, and then so there was smoke developing above in the ceiling you couldn't see.
No, you couldn't see it, and you could just smell it. And I was putting color on someone's hair, and Dave was there, and I was like, Dave, it's smoky in here. And he's like, oh, it's just the furnace that kicked on. And so a little bit goes by, and I'm like, Dave, it's getting worse. It's hard to breathe. And
hard to breathe.
he's like, oh, and I said, why don't you call the fire department and just have them come check it? And he's looking at the phone book, and I'm like, what are you doing? He was looking for the fire department's number. So I said, just call 911.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
You can't make this up.
No.
Honestly.
No.
Well, luckily it wasn't like a scorcher.
It could have been a lot worse.
So it ended up damaging like everything above, or like
The ceiling, because they had to rip the ceiling down and hose it down. And
okay. So some things were able to be salvaged then, right?
Nothing was.
Nothing was salvaged?
Nothing. It was gutted. It was gutted. It was
they just destroyed it.
Yeah, because of the smoke damage. It was poorly put in because the vent went way too long. And it was 20 years of lint, basically, that was up in this ceiling tile that we had no idea about. I pull in to work, and there's 6 or 7 fire trucks on a Saturday morning, nonetheless. Saturday morning.
It's Saturday.
A Saturday.
Absolutely brutal. What time was it?
Kelly was a rock star. She was still
man.
cutting hair with the firemen coming into the salon.
Gotta get it done.
I had a client that left with a half-finished haircut, and they ended up coming back a couple hours later to finish it, and I finished it without power.
Yeah, it's like the power going off, or cutting in the dark with flashlights. You gotta finish it up. I just, we had had to bring my daughter to the ER. She just had a fever and a little sick and things like that. She's fine now, but I had a couple clients on the book while I was dealing with it, and don't like to talk on the phone while I'm with a client, but I had to do it, and
sometimes you have to.
Yeah, and got a couple done. And I have a guy that comes in every week, so basically brought everyone to the emergency room. Knew that it was going to be a 3 to 5 hour wait, as most ERs are. And so I just drove back real quick. It was just 10 minutes across town, took care of my guy, comes in every week, and then hung it up for the day and went back to my family. So it just goes back
dedication.
it goes back to the balancing act. And, of course, it's not like they're like, no, you have to come back and cut my hair. No, we're like, they're like, they offer, no, I'll come in tomorrow. And it's like, no, just might as well get it done, and just you're on here and you're here, so let's go ahead and get this through. So real quick, back to the adjusting to the times. So one thing I always was trying to push for when I was there was the online booking.
Oh, Lord. Oh, we fought that. We fought that. We were in the dinosaur age.
It was a lot. Then a lot of people. So the guy, he'll actually be next episode that I'll have on. He's in a remote area in Arizona, and he uses pencil and paper on the books still too, and takes appointments if they call. Goes on vacation. He brings that book with him. So it can still it can still work. But
it does work, but this is just, it makes it more convenient.
Right. Yeah. It's
the online booking.
There's a beauty with online booking of just going to sleep at night and waking up and like the work was done for you. It's just like,
yes.
Here we go. So do you guys still use the online booking? It's kind of like I tried to get it like rolling. I was using it. It worked out great for me. It was funny because the clients like didn't believe that I was like booked up. And then like they saw it online and they're like, I think there's something wrong with this. It says unavailable.
They keep clicking it like trying to push their way in like they do when they call us.
Right. And then they call nothing available. That's why it's not working. So that was a good teaching moment for them too, the clients. You kind of have to educate them on adjusting to what's working, a little more efficiently. So how's you guys got a new point of sale system and everything, and
it's just making our life so much easier. It's less work on our end as far as, prior to that, we were calling clients to remind them. And that took a lot of time out, of our busy schedule. And this just does it for us. It's more efficient time-wise, and it's more, like you said, it just gives us peace of mind.
Yeah. I mean, and granted, I understand the whole personable aspect of calling clients the day before. Like, I'm sure they appreciate that, especially a lot of the older clients. They, that phone call goes a long way with them. So you kind of just have to take the, what's going to make more sense overall in the long run. And, not to say you still can't call them if you have any questions or adjustments. So
yeah, we still have that personal relationship. It's just, this is just a time, we're just living in times of technology, and, you just have to keep up with it. So that's definitely given, the salon, a leg up and, in that aspect.
Going back to the work-life balance, like that helps you. I mean, doing little things like that helps you bring more life into it instead of more work into it. So
yes, definitely.
They really like it too. They like the text to be able to hurry up, go back and see when their appointment is.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't complain about it, Matt.
Yeah,
and
it's
complain
an
about you.
adjustment. It's an
I mean,
adjustment. I hate change more than anyone.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm a dinosaur, and I was the one with the, appointment book and the pencil, and
Right.
actually we still do both because it's, it's a good reference, and especially
Yeah.
because of recently we haven't had power. So, I mean, yeah.
So for the audience, this episode's been kind of a long time coming, so
Yeah.
we kept having to
Reschedule.
Yeah, we got hit with the storm here. They got hit with the storm. They lost power for like 40 plus hours and then got it back and then lost it again for like a few more hours. It's just like,
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
But we're doing it. We're doing it. 8 o'clock in the morning. We're live.
We're here, live and direct.
On a Monday.
On a Monday.
On a Monday.
No case of the Mondays here.
No case.
No case. So I found this, just a little content here. Here, we'll go ahead and do this one. What do you think of this? Especially working in hair for as long as you guys have. Let's listen here.
He like cut hair for like ever, and when they did the autopsy on him when he died, his lungs were filled with like hair.
That.
You ever heard about any of this?
So, I call bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, I can see a little bit of that for sure.
They're
but
they're grasping.
Right.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
It's nasty.
It was a cat hair.
Okay, number one, who gave this broad a microphone? Was it cat hair?
A cat
Did you not
hair?
hear what the guy just said?
I've never heard of anything like that. That's
the barber.
What?
I wish you never told me that.
You guys should wear masks then when you guys are cutting hair.
We wear gloves to stop the splinters, you know?
Splinters?
Splinters, yeah. Like you get them like under your nails and stuff.
Yeah, because their hair's short. So literally, they're like little splinters in your hair.
What?
It's so hard.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I've never heard that in my life. The whole hair in the stomach. Maybe that guy had one of those weird obsessions.
I think they probably were eating their hair.
Yeah.
This guy, like they probably mixed lines there.
Yeah, I think that they did a little bit of cut and paste or something like that because
that chick was a little lost. Was it cat hair? It's like,
or Chico hair.
Right, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I thought I brought that up. I got another thing. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the legitimateness of this. It seems like a scalp treatment of sorts here. No, what do you think about the whole?
Well, we do scalp treatments.
Absolutely.
But that's a little bit extreme, I would have to say. Same concept, but yeah, it's just a little different technique or approach.
Yeah, they definitely throw some different hair pulling there. Yeah.
Matt, where the hell do you find these videos?
That didn't look relaxing at all.
There you go. You get scalp treatment, you get smacked around a little bit.
And pull your hair. It sounds like something on a Saturday night. So S&M action in the hair salon.
Yeah, that was a bit much. It's like you see a lot of different things in hair, a lot of different techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's always a different way to do things. So, learning new things or
yes,
of course, encourage.
What's so fun. Yeah, that's what's fun about this profession. There's 1,000 different ways to get the same result.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
But that
getting
was
into client gripes here. We all got them, right?
no. I've never had one complaint. Never one complaint.
So sometimes clients get in your chair and they're like, they like to talk about themselves a lot, as they should. I mean, this is about them. We're doing their hair. And then sometimes they just start plain out bragging, right? So what do you guys' clients brag about the most?
Go ahead, Kelly.
Trying to think.
You got this, girl.
You know, some clients brag about their job, how much money they make, you know, maybe their kids, you know.
Taking trips.
Yeah, that's my clients. Oh,
Yeah.
I just got back from Toronto and I just got back from it's just it's always like half of my clients I'm just like, "Hey, so where'd you go now?" when
Yeah,
they get back in the
exactly.
chair. Take any trips recently or
Where are you off to next?
yeah. Deep down there's a part of us where we're like, I wish I could just at the drop of a hat go anywhere I want.
I love it when clients come in and they just came back from Europe, or I saw this meme. Your client just came back from Europe and just had Botox, and they're going to complain about your $30 haircut.
Right?
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good thought.
Good
'Cause
analogy. I mean,
I
or they
remember
want to
you
blow
saying
dry
like,
their-
how much did you spend on your shoes right there?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, do you remember I said that?
Yeah,
did the
if
nerve
anyone
to
gives you a
complain.
little lip about price, you're not afraid to be like, that's a nice purse you got there. How much was that?
Nice little Louis that's under your arm.
Yeah. I was like,
And you're
oh
gonna
yeah. All
you're
right.
gonna complain about your hair that you wear every day.
Right, yeah. You gotta wear this more than anything. You can take off that Louis
Exactly.
bag.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's mine, the travel. They're always well, I'm in here now because I gotta fly out tomorrow to Amsterdam.
Our
So-
clients brag about like their grandchildren, and I mean, you
Yeah.
know, that and travel.
That's more of a likable brag.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, my
yeah.
son just got into so college, or my daughter just started a company, things like that.
Mhm.
So I got a closing segment here called Price That Cut. But I kind of got like more of a longer hair service in here for you guys.
Okay.
That marginally long and longer hair cutting techniques. So what you get right here. It's like Giancarlo. Could be a Italian fella. I don't know. Doing a lot of texturizing there. These crop tops. It's kind of the look.
It is like a faux mullet, maybe.
Sectioning a lot of stuff out. So you guys are gonna guess what this guy charges for a haircut.
Guess? Where does he
Yes.
live?
That's a very good question.
I don't know, $100.
I'd go with like 60.
60. All right. I was trying to see if I could find where he's located because that's important. So this guy right here charges $140 for a haircut.
God bless. Good for him.
That's for an hour and 15 minutes.
That's
$140.
great. Probably worth it. It is worth it. We're worth it.
So say you're charging that much for a haircut. $140, hour 15 minutes. You do 5 haircuts. How much is that? 5 times 140 is $700. I'd say that'd be the sweet spot for me. I'm out. 5 haircuts, 700. I'm done for the day.
That's a great day in the neighborhood right there.
Talk about working smarter than harder.
Absolutely. We need to
Haircut
raise the
and
bar
beard.
though.
Yeah. Haircut and beard, $160 he charges. So there's a little 20 more for the beard. So yeah, I always like bringing these guys up. Let's see if I can find one more of these. Do you want to tell the story? No, I'll edit that out too.
God.
I wanted to throw that in there. This fella here. All right.
Have here today is a curtain look. We want to maintain that. We're gonna work it out by disconnecting with two triangular disconnection at the top. See here, naturally we get the flick from the cowlick he has on the back. We're gonna start this haircut by using some Ligurilla sea salt, and once it's dry we're gonna use some hairspray to finish and texture the look as much as we can. We have here
a bunch of different styles. Seems to have a good range.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think this guy's charging for a haircut?
Well, again, where does he live? But
see,
that's euro.
Yeah, it's euros, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. All right, so I believe I believe he's in Europe somewhere. So what's this guy charging? Does 30 minutes for a haircut?
$90.
I would think it would be something up there too. What do you think, Kelly?
I think probably close to that, yeah.
Charges 33 euros for a 30-minute haircut.
Oh, wow.
And that seemed like a lot of high, tier stuff he was doing too. So
yeah,
it just like you said, probably comes down to the location and everything like that. Does 49 haircut beard. So yeah, it's just always like showing that, just like,
the extreme.
Yeah, surprising people on just how much a cut can be or how little it can be with like great work, and it's just all kind of dependent on a lot of different factors for sure.
Oh, definitely.
So guys, I want to just thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate you guys making the time on Monday. I got to go to work. You guys want to go ahead and promote anything coming up maybe that you guys want to just share this to your clients and your
absolutely.
Your
now,
sure.
I think just self-promotion. This is, just talking about, what the salon's about and, what we have to offer, and, just promoting, ourselves is, celebrating our craft.
So yeah, people go to Shades and Shapes in Meadville.
Yep.
And we will see you guys soon. I'll keep in touch. And you'll see this coming to a YouTube near you. Good.
Fun. Great.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I thought I'd bring on a little Erica. Lukay's a big Erica Badu fan here.
Oh, yes.
A little outro music for you. Have a good Monday, guys.
Thank you, Matt. Love you. Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Your Barber Podcast. New episodes come out weekly on Sunday. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to be notified when new content is posted. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.